Okay guys, you've just finished editing your video, so now it's time to export the video using the correct settings. So a couple of quick tips: make sure you are in the sequence window. All right, you have to be in the sequence window to export the media. So make sure you've got the blue box, and also just make sure you don't have any clips at the end. Sometimes what can happen is you might be zoomed right in and you may not realize that there are some clips at the very end down here. So just make sure you play the video and make sure that it does end where it's supposed to end. Okay, so let's assume that you've done that. Now you want to go to File, Export, Media. It's very important that you don't treat this like a Word document and go File, Save As, all right, and then upload the project file, because all that's going to do is give the project file. It's not actually going to have a fully completed movie. So that's no good to anybody. So it has to be exporting the media. That's the only way that you can output your movie. So go Export Media. You'll get a new dialog box open up. And again, this is where you want to check that you are exporting the entire movie that you want. I've seen students sometimes make the mistake of having the output and the input like this selected. Somehow they've accidentally selected this on their timeline. So that would only be exporting 9 seconds, which is obviously not what you want. So where it says source range, you want to make sure that you're exporting, okay, the entire sequence. All right, we want the entire sequence exported. Okay, next step, you want to change whatever the format is on. For this project, we're going to use H.264, and the preset, you've got all these different types of presets which result in different quality. All right, and we want to get something that's a reasonably good quality, but not produce massive file sizes. So we're going to choose the one that says high quality 720p HD, which is a pretty good compromise between the size of the file and maintaining the quality. So select that one. Next step, we need to change the output name. You can do this later, but I think it's a good habit to do it when you're exporting it. So click on the blue output name, and then you need to think about where you're saving it to. I'm going to save this into my documents, and I'm going to create a folder. You probably already have a folder called FTV Projects, and create. Then I'm going to name it using the conventions that your teacher wants you to name it to. So I'm just going to put my surname underscore first, and then the project title, video essay. Then I'm going to select save, and then I'm checking it up here, and it says tag it Stephen video essay.mp4. Very important as well, this should be automatic, but you can just check to make sure that export video, tick, export audio, tick. So they should both be ticked. And now, we don't need to worry about these settings. That's more for advanced exporting. We don't need to do that. We just need to press this export button. So we press export, and we just have to wait now. So the program will go about doing all the rendering and encoding, and this can take a couple of minutes. Now, if you've got your computer plugged into power, it will be a little bit faster. The other thing is your Premiere Pro will work a lot faster if you have all the other background applications closed. Even things like Chrome, email, or a Zoom meeting, those things will all compete for resources on your computer. The faster and more powerful the computer, the quicker it goes. Okay, so that's exported. And then it's very important to check, did the export actually export correctly? So I'm going to go back to my documents folder. And this is where it's important to remember where you saved it, to film and TV projects. And then there's the file. And I double click it. And I just scrub through, play some different sections. Check two shots, which feature both. Okay, so I've checked it all through, just like if you printed an assignment, you'd probably check through and make sure it all printed correctly. So it's the same thing. You need to check your video, make sure it's all correct before you upload it. Because if you've made a mistake, that's what you're going to get marked on. Okay, so close that. All right, and there's your file. It's all ready to upload. And you'll be given instructions on which way you're going to upload, whether you're going to upload it through Schoolbox, or if you're going to be uploading it via a Dropbox invitation link, which will be sent by email, and then you just have to navigate to where the clip is and upload it that way. So that's the steps for how to export your media. All right, good luck with all that, and if you do have any problems with that process, then obviously get in contact with your teacher. Thanks, boys.